Hi, my name is Ilia, and this is Tim, and we're doing a Julius Caesar scene, Act 1, Scene 2. This is where Cassius attempts to convince Brutus that Caesar isn't a good person, and he's trying to persuade him to come to the conspirators.
This is significant because this shows how cunning Cassius is, because he gives a lot of examples showing how bad Caesar is. This also shows that Brutus is pretty gullible because he believes everything he hears. And it's also the part where Brutus becomes a conspirator and he joins a conspiracy to take out Caesar. So this is the part where Cassius is reeling in his Brutus, because previously he already had Brutus doubting, but now he's really making sure Brutus is on their side. What means this shouting? I do fear the people choose Caesar for their king.
Aye, do you fear it? Then must I think you will not have it so?
I would not, Cassius. Yet I love him well. But wherefore do you hold me here so long? What is it that you would impart to me? If it be aught toward the general good, set honor in one eye and death in the other, I will look upon both indifferently. For that the gods so speed me, as I love the name honor more than I fear death.
I know that virtue to be in you, Brutus, as well as I do know your outward favor. Well, honor is the subject of my story. I cannot tell what you and other men think of this life, but as for my single self, I had as life not be as live to be in all such things as I myself. I was born free as Caesar. So were you. We have both fed as well, and we can both endure the winter's cold as well as he. For once, upon a raw and gusty day, the troubled Tiber chafing with the shores, Caesar said to me, "Darst thou, Cassius, now leap in with me into this angry flood, and swim to yonder point?" Upon the word, accoutred as I was, I plunged in and made him follow. So indeed he did. The torrent roared, and we did buffet it with lusty sinews, throwing it aside and stemming it with heart's controversy. But ere could we arrive at the point proposed, Caesar cried, "Help me, Cassius, or I sink." I, as Aeneas, our great ancestor, did from the flames of Troy, so from the waves of Tiber did I, the tired Caesar. And this man has now become a god, and Cassius is a wretched creature, and must bend his body if Caesar carelessly but not on him. He had a fever when he was in Spain, and when the fit was on him, I did mark how he did shake. 'Tis true, this god did shake. His coward lips did from the color fly, and that same eye whose bend doth all the world did lose his luster. I did hear him groan. Aye, and that tongue of his that bade the Romans mark him and write his speeches in their books. At last it said, "Give me some drink to this," as a sick girl. The gods, it doth amaze me, a man of such a feeble temper should so get the start of the majestic world and bear the palm alone.
Another general shout. I do believe these applauses are for some new honor heaped upon Caesar.
Why, man, he doth bestride the narrow world like a colossus. And we petty men walk under his huge legs and peep about to find ourselves dishonorable graves. Men, at some time, are masters of their fates. The fault, dear Brutus, is not in our stars, but in ourselves that we are underlings. Brutus and Caesar. What should be in that Caesar? Why should that name be sounded more than yours? Write them together, yours is as fair a name. Sound them, it doth become the mouth as well. Weigh them, it is as heavy. Conjure with them, Brutus will start a spirit as soon as Caesar. Now the names of all the gods at once, upon one mead doth this our Caesar feed, that he was grown so great. Age, thou art shamed. Rome, thou hast lost the breed of noble bloods. When went there by an age is a great flood, but who's famed with more than one man? When could they say, till now, that talked of Rome, that her wide walks encompass but one only man? Now is it Rome indeed, and room enough when there is in it but one only man? Oh, you and I have heard our fathers say there was a Brutus once that would have broke the eternal devil to keep his stay in Rome as easily as a king.
That you do love me. I am nothing jealous. What you would work me to. I have some aim. How I have thought of this, and of these times, I shall recount hereafter. But for this present, I would not, so with love I might entreat you, be any further moved. What you have said, I will consider. What you have to say, I will with patience hear, and find time both to meet to hear and answer such high things. Till then, my noble friend, true upon this, Brutus had rather be a villager than repute himself a son of Rome under these hard conditions as it like to lay upon us.
I am glad that my weak words have struck but this show of fire from Brutus.